Hello, I'm Bliznub, and welcome to Building the Best. Today we're going to be looking at the Karyst, as requested by Dr. Rooster and Assistant Odin. Odin's assistant? There's no actual name, so I'm going to take a wild guess. It is Odin's secretary. Anyhow, what we have with the Please ignore this, I'm in the simulacron, so occasionally energy will fly at my face for no apparent reason. So what we have with the Karyst is a toxic damage dagger, which is actually quite a lot more useful than you would think. Now, 50 toxic damage places this as the highest single hit damage dagger there is, but this doesn't mean too much because we have covert lethality to play with. This not only gives us another 100 extra damage, this doesn't actually increase our base damage like Pressure Point or Spoiled Strike do, just gives us another 100 on top of whatever we managed to come up with, but it also gives us lethal damage on any finisher that isn't a ground attack. Now, to clarify, this doesn't work on stealth attacks unless you get the animation. It doesn't work on anything, in fact, unless you get the animation. And this means that it's actually somewhat more limited than it used to be, and covert lethality pretty much only works guaranteed against humanoid enemies that you can get the finisher on, and only when they are unalerted can you get the stealth finisher that we want. Now, that is not to say that it's not impossible to do it other ways. Banshee's Silence can provide you with finishers. Avara's Sleep Arrows work incredibly well at providing finishers. And there's one I'm forgetting. God damn it. You saw nothing. Ash's Teleport. If you melee attack immediately after teleporting to someone, you get a free finisher. So this is an incredibly useful mod, as perfect lethal damage obviously is what you want on every hit, but its usefulness is somewhat hindered by the fact that you have to get the animation, meaning that what we want to supplement this mod is lots and lots of damage. So that's what I've gone for here. We have a elemental build, obviously, with about 1,000 toxic and blast damage, meaning that if covert lethality doesn't go off for some reason, we're still quite likely to kill the enemy through sheer damage output. Now, of course, we start off with Pressure Point and Spoiled Strike to buff up our base damage. Then we have 3 elemental mods to give us loads and loads of damage. I've gone for Toxic Blast here for no particular reason other than I like Toxic and Blast. Please, as always, choose whatever elemental combination you prefer. Then we have Fury on here, simply so that, as always, if you don't manage to get an animation, you can hit them faster and faster and deal more damage. And if you do get an animation, attack speed actually affects the duration of animations when you do finisher attacks. Finally, we have Primed Reach here, because when you're trying to sneak up behind an enemy and hit E on them, having a little bit more range helps you to not bump into them and alert them to your presence. And unusually, I have to say that regular reach is not an okay substitute for this one if you don't have primed reach. If you don't have primed reach, I highly recommend grabbing the 4th regular elemental mod, or maybe an elemental status chance, or possibly Berserker. Berserker would work quite well on this if we were just going pure attack speed, damage, and duration on your animations. Now, to test this out, as I've said, only humanoid enemies are really guaranteed to get free stealth kills on, but unfortunately it appears that things you spawn in the simulacron are alerted to your presence, so Loki can't get free stealth kills on them. So I'm going to be using my Avara here. We're going to spawn in, because I just want to demonstrate this weapon working, so I'm just going to spawn in one level 105 Manic Bombard. I'd go for an Eximus, but unfortunately I never got the 3 scans required. So we're going to spawn this guy in, who is probably the most threatening looking enemy there is. We want a different arrow type. Come on. There we go. Seriously? Okay, screw all that energy. There we go. Lovely. I'm going to put this Manic Bombard to sleep. I am sorry about that awful noise. As you can see, this is one level 105 Manic Bombard. And now he is very, very dead. This is what covert lethality does to daggers. And like I say, I've put this on the Karyst because, quite frankly, you should have covert lethality on any dagger you run. It complements them just so well. But I feel like it complements Karyst the best because Karyst can still output fantastic amounts of damage even when you can't get lethal kills. Anyhow, I am not satisfied with testing things in the Simulacron. I know people have been requesting it, but they've been requesting it because up until recently, there haven't been many other places you can get level 100 enemies. And up until recently, my argument has been I like to kill enemies which you would commonly see in a mission, which would be up to level 40. But now we have sorties, I can finally test my builds somewhere where they can really be put through their paces. So I'm going to quickly get taxied, and hopefully I will be able to demonstrate this weapon in its natural environment. So, a sortie against Xmas seems about right. Now bear in mind that I can't get the covert lethalities, I can't get finishers on mowers, so this is the weapon's damage without covert lethality working on it. Unfortunately, these flying ones are going to be a bit of a pain to hit. Even with Prime Breach, they're still quite high up in the air. I can get them. Oh, was there a... No, never mind. I'm going to quickly find an actual crewman. Oh, many nullifiers. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to get the nullifier bubble a bit smaller, but we can see I'm still getting these instant finish stealth attacks, and you can even do them on nullifiers if you take out the nullifier bubble first. Although, to be honest, you don't actually need to. One hit from this weapon will kill a nullifier easily. Even at level 89 one, like this guy here. Because that 4 times stealth multiplier on top of the 1000 damage this weapon deals, it's fantastic. And I'm just gonna kill him because he's annoying. So anyhow, that's pretty much all I have to say about this weapon. I think I've done it to death here. And it is truly a fantastic weapon, and honestly, if you do like stealth running things, I can highly recommend it. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Please like and comment below, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm Bliznub, and this is, of course, the Karyst.